So, what's going to happen? Lucifer was the one that did that. You said Elohim is in the garden walking in the cool of the day. He said not to eat it. You don't want to follow that 1/3. All is God, and as soon as you eat that, you're gonna have to leave because you don't abide in the truth now. And so the Father, or what you call Jesus Christ or Elohim, Jehovah Elohim, was in the garden walking. He didn't want them to eat that fruit. Mormons act like he did, like he was hiding some secret plan. Jesus doesn't do that. He said don't eat it, he meant it. And they chose to eat it, and that's fine. So now there's a problem. But you would have to say, if you are a Mormon, I owe my godhood to Lucifer. For had I not eaten of that fruit, I could never have been a god. So Lucifer, thank you. Thank you for making me a god. Because they cannot stand it. Mormons, if you said, well, everyone will be a god. They go, not everybody can. No. You have to earn it. It's by grace you are saved, but only after all you can do. It's earned. They're turning the glory of God into something earned. That is money. The glory of God is not to be used as money. It is free agency. It is a gift for all. We don't lie to each other and say, now you have failed for all eternity. Now, who do you think is whispering in our ears anyway? And then trying to convince us we are guilty? If you love God, you are already, if you love this truth I am saying, you won't say, I am God and he is God, so be rude to him. You love yourself, you love God so much, now you see everyone and you go, that is Heavenly Father looking back at me behind those eyes. Did I recognize God as I stood there? Did I recognize God behind all the faces of all? Did I recognize Jesus? For he said, even go to visit me in prison. Did you visit me? I was that convict that was a murderer. You didn't go help me? I was that whore. I was everyone. I had to be it all for you. And they're still running down the life and looking at people and saying, like Satan, you can be like the gods. It's a test. So one more time, who do the Mormons say is the tester? I have heard it in general conferences. They say the tester is the devil. And the devil sows seeds of doubt in your field, in your auric field and in your soul body. And so he sows seeds of doubt and says, now we can be tested. Now you follow the tester and say life is a test. I'm sorry, son, we ain't supposed to follow the tester. Life ain't a test. God does not set things up like that for eternity. So they say devil is the tester, and I've heard him in general conferences call him that. So now they say, well, we need a test. So I guess we need to follow the tester. They're following the 1/3. Life ain't a test. And then, on top of that, well, I'll get back to that. The LDS plan of exaltation stands for the 1/3 paradigm that follows Lucifer. Lucifer is the luz, the light, L-U-C-L-U-Z, which means he was light bearer. So it's like these light bodies, sort of. You know, we're part of these light bodies this is matter, this is light. He's the light bearer, but he blinds us with his light from the truth. He can be the whitest, he can appear as the whitest person. He can appear as a being of white light. And white light can blind you. Have you ever stood in front of white light? Whoa, I cannot see a thing. That is called being blinded from the truth. All sons of God are one God, one Father, one Son, one S-O-L, soul. One celestial glory, one kingdom of the Son, one soul, which is solely one soul. S-O-L. Every time you say soul now, I want you to, since you want to go to the celestial kingdom, the kingdom of the Son, you want to go to the kingdom of the soul, where all is one soul. So I want you to call the celestial kingdom now the kingdom of the soul. S-O-L. Now, why do we say it is the soul? Because they want us to walk all over them and make the soul be something we walk on, the lower 2/3. They are the ground, they are the unworthy. I cannot understand why they would then say we are the highest and then say everything below us is worthy, is less worthy than we. They are building a house on an unworthy foundation. They've already pronounced the foundation of the house unworthy, and yet they're going to build their house upon it. That's because it is a house of lies. One lies upon the other. One story lies upon the other story until you believe these stories, Jeremy, that have set up a Tower of Babel where they are sitting on top making a tower to God. And all of these words, you cannot hear it in the words we say. But I'll give you many examples in the videos on this channel of many of the words, and I'll make more videos for you. Strangely enough, your church, the Mormon church, calls itself the very elect of the latter days. The very elect. Well, it is ironic, just like the ironic rod, the rod of iron that always points back to us, that they say even the very elect will be deceived in the last days. It is a rod of iron. The irony is so much that you just point right back to yourself every time you judge another. Whatsoever judgment you've judged them, you have been judged the same. Now I would tell you, if you think you're going to be a God on the top third, you owe being a God to everything that is not. If they were not God, you would not be God instead. So who has made you God instead? Everything that is not. So everything that is not God that you have just pronounced is the God that made you God. So please have some respect. The true plan of salvation is to know the one way. Now the one way, here's the word way, W-A-Y. I told you I believe in the Tao Te Ching. The Tao is called the Great Way, and you should read it. It's very Christian. The one way. They want to turn it into the one way, W-E-I-G-H. Have I weighed enough? Do I have it? Am I worthy enough, God? Let me weigh it on the scales. I follow the scales, God. The tail of the dragon has scales. You don't follow the tail of the dragon. You are not the 1/3. Those words, have you ever associated scales? What are scales? Well, we balance it. This side's less worthy, this side's more. What is the fullness of the scale? It's called the fulcrum, which is on the bottom of that scale. Nothing can go higher or lower than that fulcrum. It holds it all up right in the center. Now, opposition in all things. We have opposites. Now we do the scales. Now we're going to weigh the way. And by the way, you don't know much. You don't know how much all that is weighs. The worth of a soul is great. I don't care. The worth of a soul, S-O-L-E, a son. We are all literally sons. The worth of a son is great. There is no greater. The devil wanted to be, he said, I will ascend above the 7 heavens. This is in the Torah. And this is the Torah. The 7 heavens are like the 7 creational periods. They believe in 7 heavens. Now I want you to take the S sound out of 7, please. Just for once. That sound, S, is such a serpent sound. Now take the S out of it. The even heaven is the highest. And the Jews say, in their scriptures in the Torah, that is where the throne of God and all the Elohim and the angels are, which are all different aspects of that one soul. And they look at each other and know, I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. I want to digress and tell you, if you look at a soul, Jeremy, and you say that is not God right now, you are lying. You are saying, I am not that I am. It would be like me pointing to you saying, I am not that I am, and that I am is not God. You just pronounced your I am not God. How pernicious the devil is by sneaking that into your church. That your church is so close and so very far, Jeremy. I want to just give you some more examples because you're going to see type and signs in all of these things. The way, we don't weigh it. Now, you want to be graded. Heavenly Father, I want to be graded. We have to have a test. A grade? You know who follows a grade and goes up a grade? That is hiking up a hill. That is a goat. Goats love to hike up the hills. They love to seek the exalted places. They don't want to stay in the valley where the good shepherd is. They want to always go up on top and look down on people in the highest pinnacles of that which is. They sound just like a sheep. Bah, bah. Listen to goats and sheep. But can you really tell the difference between the goat shepherd and the good shepherd, Jesus Christ? He says, do not seek to exalt yourself over others, nor to seek to justify to do so on earth or in heaven. And so another word is they like scales. I'm going to have to scale the mountain. Scale. Listen to the word scale. Weigh.